Greetings, this is the Evening Run. A pleasure always. Your host, Denobi2.
I bet you folks are probably shocked and surprised. Another live stream so quick, just within a week. Well, you know what? A lot has been happening within the collector world, and I didn't have enough time last week's Evening Run stream to cover all the topics that I wanted to cover. So I decided, you know what? I think I have enough material. I think I have enough topics to host another Evening Run so soon after the last one. So so I hope everybody's okay. We're gonna have fun tonight. It's gonna be another fun evening run, and then hopefully next week I want to do a midnight run so that I can cater to my overseas followers, because I know the midnight run uh, helps them. It helps me with engagement as well too if I do a midnight run. So, and I haven't done a midnight run in a while, so I look forward. To doing a midnight run next week. So hopefully next week you'll get a midnight run, and because I'm just thinking between June and all the way till July, there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about. There's going to be between releases and announcements and going through the Spider-Verse, right? Spider-Man Brand New Day. There's some plus this summer blockbuster season. It's going to be huge. A lot of good films to talk about. So hello everybody. Thank you for joining in. Hello Eric. Thank you so much. There you go. Thank you so much. Damn, everyone is streaming. Hey, you know, when the tide what's the expression when the tide rises, it raises all the ships. So there's been a lot to talk about. It really has. Hello, 905 from Arizona. Okay, there you go. Pacific time. Hope everybody's doing good. And I got my notes. I don't know if I'm going to have anybody. I may have some sort of guests joining, may have Geeking Out joining us later. But if not, that's okay, because I know he's at work. So I usually don't get to watch these live. I'm currently trying to stay awake with my 4-month-old. Okay, so I'm assuming you're in the East Coast then. So thank you for joining. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hopefully the evening run can kind of cater to the Pacific, the Midwest, and the East Coast. So that's the whole idea. And then the midnight runs tend to cater more to the overseas folks who tend to watch me, just because it falls more in line with their schedule. Pennsylvania, there you go. 12:05 Pennsylvania, East Coast. Midnight. Technically, it's a midnight run for you folks on the East Coast. So thank you for joining. Yeah. It's been a week, or this is the second week of the Mandalorian and Grogu film. And it was actually on my topic to discuss last week, but I spent so much time talking about the Star Wars, the hot toy releases, Star Wars hot toy releases, that I ran out of time. And so I'm like, all right. Plus, between last week and this weekend, there's been some brand new pre-order announcements that we can kind of go over. He's working for all the, hey, we have to do what we must do. There you go. Midwood, Kansas City. There you go. Welcome. Hello from New York. There you go. Ghost Tab. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining. Ash, down under, 2:06 p.m. There you go. Rod, there you go, from Los Angeles. Thank you for joining in. All right. I don't think it's a holiday tomorrow either. I believe it's a regular work day for most folks tomorrow. So I know last week it was Memorial Day weekend, so a lot of folks just had the day off, so they were just kind of staying out. But regardless, if you can't stay and hang out with me, you can download me as a podcast, and you can listen to me bitch on your way to work tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. Let's talk about the Mando. Let's talk about the Mando film. My goodness. What a just, like, I don't want to say controversial, but talk about a film being split in half. I genuinely did not think it would come so low on the Rotten score. When I saw the film, I thought it was fine. That being said, though, I also felt that the Star Wars Force Awakens was just a fine film too. It didn't I was kind of like I was on the same bandwagon with George Lucas. Like they didn't really bring anything new. They Star Wars: The Force Awakens just essentially rehashed the New Hope for a newer generation, and I thought it was fine. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I didn't see it in theaters multiple times like a lot of the Star Wars fans. I just saw Star Wars: Force Awakens uh, once, and I just ended up waiting for it on Blu-ray. The Mandalorian Grogu film is a little bit different for me though, because I did happen to catch a screening of it, and because my sister's wanting to go see it. I've actually seen the film twice. It's fine. It's not the worst thing ever. The film has a few uh it has a few favorite points, and clearly everybody tends to focus on the opening act of the film, which is the spoilers ahead. I don't think there's much spoilers in this film, but I'll pull out the spoiler warning here. I saw it twice. It was a fun, it was that's what it was. You know what? I think it was fine for me because my expectations for Star Wars has been so freaking low that it had a lot of fun moments into it. I felt the action was overstuffed. Although seeing the opening sequence of the film in IMAX, seeing those Imperial walkers climbing through the mountain, it's pretty spectacular. I hope the rumors are true, and I hope that the next Star Wars HasLab will be kind of like a brand new legacy version of the Imperial Walker or the AT-AT. Fingers crossed. That's one of the big ongoing rumors right now, that we can get an Imperial Walker for HasLab. And mind you, it's still super early because typically when Hasbro announces a HasLab, it's usually 45 to almost 45, typically 45 days or close to 2 months before San Diego Comic-Con, because in the last 4 years, the HasLab has been center stage at San Diego Comic-Con at their booth, at their exhibitor booth. So it's still pretty early as far as what HasLab or what HasLabs we could be looking forward to. Yes, 6 or 7 because it was a fun movie. It was a grand and again, I went in not expecting much. You have to understand though, I'm a Star Wars fan that I can recognize trash. I feel like unlike most Star Wars fanatics, I didn't sit through the Book of Boba Fett. I saw the first pilot episode and I knew the show was trash. To this day, my biggest regret, it was sitting watching the Kenobi Disney Plus show. If I can go visit a Total Recall station and have that memory erased, I absolutely would. I shit you not. If I can erase the Kenobi Disney Plus show from my head, yeah, I would. I did not waste my time with the Acolyte, and I did not waste my time with Ahsoka season 1. I don't watch the Rebels, and I don't watch any of the Clone Wars. For me, the Star Wars experience, it's moving forward, at least now, it really should be theatrical. It should be cinematic, and it should be pretty epic on the big screen here. So, as to how this film is going to affect the Ryan Gosling Jedi Starfighter, God, I don't know. This one is barely hanging on life support as far as box office tickets go. So, who's to say how good the Ryan Gosling film is going to be? We just don't know. Although he is hot shit right now, his film is probably up for nominations. The Project Hail Mary. People love him. Ryan Gosling is a bankable star right now, and he did a really good job with Project Hail Mary, which I read the book. The book is better. Well, I listened to the audiobook, which is so much better than the actual movie of Project Hail Mary. But I still enjoyed the film and such. But yeah, I don't know what the state of Star Wars is going to be after this film, and then we have another year. Like I predicted last week, I didn't think we were going to get any more Star Wars releases. I still am holding on to that theory that we're not going to be getting any more Star Wars releases, at least for a while now, because we're entering the Toy Fair and there are other IPs that command the spotlight. Marvel, Star Wars, And then you have the randos like Supergirl and Masters of the Universe and so forth. Overall, the I'm going to finish up on this because I don't want to drag to. I enjoyed the film. It was fine. It's not an Oscar contender. It had a lot of cute moments on it, and I enjoyed the character of Rhoda the Hutt. I thought it was portrayed really well. Uh, I am in the consensus with everybody else with Sigourney Weaver's character, Ward. Clearly, she was there for a paycheck. She didn't give a shit. She didn't. She had what 3 minutes of screen time overall. I'm almost positive her scenes were probably, if I had to guess, Sigourney Weaver's scenes were probably filmed within a day, maybe 2 days tops. There's just no way. There's just no way. I thought she was going to play more of an integral part. I know collectors were like, "Are we going to get Hot Toys of Sigourney Weaver?" I go, "I absolutely hope not." I go, "She really didn't do much to advance the story." I can't see anybody buying a Sigourney Weaver version of Ward from the Mandalorian and Grogu film. To me, I think that would just be a waste, considering that she was like 3 minutes of screen time, maybe 4. Like she was there just for exposition dump, and then she like disappeared. And that was it. And then you saw her at the end wearing a flight suit, which she probably did a wardrobe change from her first scene. So yeah, I just don't. Rhoda the Hutt is definitely the standout character of the film. Also, and a little fun fact, Jen, I don't know if you guys even know this, but did you know that Rhoda the Hutt, and because I had to go down the Wikipedia route for this, Rhoda the Hutt is a clone of Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, they it's I guess from what I understand, the Hutt species, they're somewhat asexual, and they almost reproduce kind of like worms, or you can cut off a worm and then you get an exact duplicate. I didn't know that Rhoda the Hutt was a clone of Jabba the Hutt. I mean, that's a young version of Jabba the Hutt, and the Hutt species they are also known to live for hundreds of years. So what we see in Rhoda the Hutt is definitely a more athletic version of Jabba the Hutt. The stop motion robots were, yes, I did notice the stop motion, that they slow down the frame rate to create that stop motion effect. Where the holiday movie for me, love that. Curious if it was actual stop motion. See, no, to me it looked like CGI, and they slowed the frame rate down to simulate stop motion. Sort of, I'm assuming that's Dave Filoni paying an homage to Harryhausen, the king of stop motion. So yeah, I did notice that. I'm like, oh, they're slowing down the frame rates of the 2 robots, and it was only those 2 robots too, which I thought which, like I said, there's a lot of Easter eggs in there. That was clearly an homage towards Harryhausen. It was cute. It was definitely cute. I really I enjoyed that. There was just a lot of fun moments. Overall, it's an okay film. And as far as the merch goes, as far as Hot Toys related, the only character that I'm probably going to end up getting from this film is probably going to be Rhoda the Hutt. I still stand by that. He's definitely a unique character. He is considered to be suburban, so he's definitely. I haven't pre-ordered him yet, but he's definitely on my chase list, and I can definitely see Rhoda the Hutt joining my collection. Everything else from the film, that was in connection to. I know, like the Anzellan droid smiths. I can skip all that. The stap that Mando flew on for what, 20 seconds? It wasn't even a minute, right? The stap. Go back on here. This particular stap here. Share this tab. He flew on it for a minute out of the cave sequence, which I thought was just like yeah, no, it's clearly a cash grab. But other than that, everything else I felt was an easy pass. I know, like the Remnant Troopers, everything else easy pass. Other than that, Rhoda the Hutt is probably the only standout character. And unless you're a Rebels devotee, a fanatic, then I can maybe see you. I can see maybe back in Zeb. To me, Zeb was one of the characters. It's funny because I felt like Zeb was being forced upon someone like me, because I've never seen the Rebels. I'm like, oh, they're really trying to make this character a thing. And it's just interesting that the character of Zeb ended up with more screen time than Sigourney Weaver's character Ward. I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, oh, they're really trying to push this merch. I really thought so. I thought I was going to hate Road to the Hut, but I ended up liking that character. No interest in any figures from this movie, though, and that's perfectly fine. Other than Road to the Hut, if you decided to pass on anything else, there's really nothing else to lose any sleep over. Now, in another life, I'm going to segue here. I'm going a little bit over time on this topic, on the Mandalorian and Grogu film here. A lot of people complained about the third act. It was very weak. And in another life, I've always told friends and family that I kind of wish that I had studied to become a professional scriptwriter. Like I could have definitely seen myself in another life being a script doctor that can come in and punch scripts. I can tell you from this film, if I had access to the script, what I would have done a little bit differently to punch it up, because I understand. My impression from this film is that it felt like a more of contractually obligated, an obligation for the Disney shareholders. It'd been 7 years. We haven't had a Star Wars movie. So we need to put out a Star Wars movie in theaters, and Lucasfilm is hemorrhaging money. So we need to put something out there to sell merch and stuff. So what I would have done if I had access to the script is you know how in the film the villains were the Hutt twins, right? I thought they were very comical, and I didn't see them as a threat. And I thought their ending, how they perished, was very cliche. What I would have done is that if I had the script, I would have kept the opening act. Mando is an independent contractor, and he's been hired by the New Republic Rebellion to go out and hunt down these last remnant empire. Which, by the way, that in itself, the last remnants of empire, generals have turned into warlords. That in itself is already a continuity error in my book, because a lot of that should have been taken care of with Operation Cinder, which is the the Star Wars Battlefront 2 storyline. Operation Cinder should have really tied up the loose ends, right? And I'm sure, and I understand that Star Wars Battlefront was before the Mandalorian Grogu film, but this is the problem with everybody's trying to make the expanded universe canon. They're trying to do this. This is canon. This is legit. This is not. It gets very overwhelming, to the point where you're forced to do homework. So if I'm punching up the script, I would have kept the opening act where Mando is infiltrating the Imperial Walkers, and then he checks in with Ward, Sigourney Weaver's character. And where I would have deviated with the script there, what I would have done and typed in is that Ward goes to Mando and says, "Look, we have a really pressing situation here, and we're trying to assemble our elite, and I think we could use your help." And the situation is that Ward, this is just a little bit of fan fiction. This is my pitch. Ward will then go to explain that Rhoda the Hutt has captured High Republic dignitaries. So in my pitch, Rhoda the Hutt is the villain. I would have made him the bad guy, and I would have centered the story about revenge. Rhoda the Hutt has a chip on his shoulder, and he's now been promoted to the new head crime lord boss on Tatooine, and he is on a path of vengeance and profitability, where he is hoarding spices and so forth. But at the same time, he is absolutely gunning down on a path of revenge. And the problem with my pitch and my treatment is that it would require one of the legacy characters, because one of the legacy characters in my pitch would get kidnapped. And it could technically be anybody. It could be Han Solo, It could be Princess Leia, or it could even be Luke Skywalker. But Rhoda the Hutt has managed to capture one of the legacy characters and an Imperial Senate dignitary, and he's holding them in a secret, undisclosed location. And then that would start the second act of Mando and Grogu's journey, trying to piece the clues in the process of trying to save the hostages. And he requires help. And this is where Dave Filoni would try to, because he loves to cram Ahsoka down our throats, he would, Mando would have to partner up with Ahsoka and Grogu, and sort of like a detective team. Second act would be detective, and piecing all the clues until we get to the third act, which we learn that, you know, Rhoda the Hutt has had a big chip on his shoulder. He's it's not fair that he grew up fatherless, and his dad was blown up on the sail barge, and you know, and it's part of his culture, and part of the Hutt species of an eye for an eye type situation. And where Ahsoka comes in, and to kind of tie, is she, there's a situation where Ahsoka, and I haven't figured this part out, where Ahsoka saves, in a major battle, Ahsoka spares Rhoda the Hutt's life, and she has to remind him that when he was an infant, that Ahsoka showed him mercy, and she's asking for the same, kind of tying the loop around from the Clone Wars film into so forth. And so that's, I've always wanted to, I saw that, and that's what went through my head as a pitch treatment. I go, you know what? I go, Rhoda the Hutt should have been the villain. Like, this is perfect, especially if you drop in the exposition of he's an exact clone of Jabba the Hutt, where his species is asexual, and he is genetically predisposed to, like, look, you know, these little ragtag rebel team, you know, they you know, killed my father, and I've been thrown into this big burden, and I want revenge. And he gets revenge by, I would say, either capturing Leia, since Leia did kill his father, or Luke. Either way, though, it would still, in my pitch, I think it would require a legacy character, and I don't know how they would have done it, because it would require CGI masking and so forth, you know, where they do the fake superimpose. But anyway, I just wanted to show that off. I just wanted to put that into the ether. I go, because I'm like, man, if I had access to that script, I absolutely could have punched it up. And instead of making Rhoda like, I'm not like my father, I'm better. Fuck that. Make it a revenge plot. Make him the bad guy. The problem is that Dave Filoni, and the reason probably why my pitch wouldn't work, my treatment wouldn't work, is because in Book of Boba Fett, he crammed that twit Bib Fortuna on the throne. Bib Fortuna's a clown, right? That's how it ended on that. Or was it the end of season 2 of Mando, where you crowned Bib Fortuna on there? That was a big mistake. It should have been Rhoda the Hutt. It should have been, you should have seen Rhoda the Hutt come out of the shadows and take the throne, take the dais, and so forth. And he's now in control. He's now inherited. And then plus it would also play better too with like the twins, which I thought was very weird, though, because weren't the twins on Tatooine, and now their base is on Nal Hutta, which is the home world to the Hutts. I thought the whole crime syndicate situation was based out of Tatooine, which I thought was kind of weird. So anyway, that's my little pitch. And with it's a huge Rhoda the Hutt. Let me see here. Rhoda the Chud. Unless they do a low batch, I see this on sale. Ghost Staff, you have, and I've said this before, and I'm going to repeat myself. Moving forward this year, every Hot Toys that gets announced into a pre-order, you have to assume it's a small batch. Hot Toys has cracked the anti-life equation on being profitable with small batches. They don't give a shit anymore. They can make a batch of 1,000 figures, 2,000 figures, 3,000 figures. They're gonna be profitable. So when I hear collectors out there, oh, this is going to be a grail. Well, is it going to be a chase figure? Is it going to sell out? Is it going to go on a wait list? Is it going to go above on the secondary market? Most likely, yes. I'd say about 90%. But again, that's every figure. We're not in the era of 30,000 Iron Man suits being made. That's Sideshow isn't doing that anymore. They're just not. Everything is a small batch. So you have to assume everything is going to either go on a wait list or sell out. It doesn't necessarily mean that it'll turn into a phenomenal grail, but it'll definitely enter a chase price where once it sells out on Sideshow, the only alternative would be to resort to eBay. Uh, Disney, yes, Disney loves redeemable villains, and that's where my twist in my pitch, where Rhoda's the villain, and Ahsoka makes him see the light of day that she spared him when he was an infant, and he learns his errors of his ways. That's what should have. That would have, because if you look at all the reviews for Mandalorian and Grogu, everybody bitched that there was no character development. Oh no, it was just another schlock, no character development. Well, you had the character. The only character development that I saw was Rhoda the Hutt, but he absolutely could have been punched up. Absolutely. Like you could have really tweaked him. You could have still had the arena. You could have, you could still have Rhoda be at the top, at the palace, and he still captures Mando and Ahsoka and throwing, in my pitch, and throw them into the arena, still battling all the chess pieces from the New Hope. That's one of the Easter eggs. Like you could still have all that, but he should have been the villain. And because I thought that was such a missed opportunity. Like I didn't even know. Like he's an exact clone of Jabba the Hutt. I had no idea. With the Ahsoka flashback wild figure sold for 1,000. Every figure will have an opportunity to blow up. That's just the world we live in right now. Everything will have the ability to be profitable and blow up. That's every Hot Toys. I'm telling you, we're not the whole idea of large batches and no, that's all done. It's wild though when you look at Sideshow's discount bin, and they still have figures that are for sale that were released over 5 years ago. Like that's wild. Like that's unacceptable in retail. Like that's 100% unacceptable. Mando and Grogu thoughts. So that's it for that. Let's go to my next topic here. I want to talk about this. Masters of the Universe figures through Hot Toys. Mondo, what? Pull that up here. Where are you? Here we go. We'll start off with He-Man. All right. So first of all, holy shit. I honestly thought that Mondo, Funko Pop's parent company, Funko Pop's Mondo, would have had the theatrical cinematic license to the actual He-Man film. This, like a lot of other collectors, it caught me off guard. Like this was a pearl clutching moment for me. I was like, holy shit, like Mondo's not doing it. Hot Toys scored the license for this. Like it's wild. I absolutely didn't see this coming. That being said, though, this is, I gotta say, the A+ knocked out of the park for He-Man and Skeletor. Not only is this a brand new sculpt from top to bottom, but I love that Hot Toys is embracing more of the seamless body. This is something that it's been long in the making, and this is the best proper way. Like He-Man would not have looked, or at least the actor wouldn't have looked with exposed joints. And the fact that they've embraced it, I mean, this is what 80-90% of the body, it's seamless joints, other than the hands and the feet and the head. This is the silicone. This is more like an advanced version of a TB League body, and it looks great. Whether or not they've partnered secretly with TB League, maybe I don't know if that's something that Hot Toys would disclose, but this looks phenomenal. Like this looks really, really, really good. I'm hoping the film does really, really good. Really good. I don't know. That's the $1 million question, isn't it? All right. Have the Rotten Tomato scores come out for the Masters of the Universe? That's really, I mean, look, I'll confess with you folks, the trailers for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, it doesn't look that good. It really does not. It looks hokey. It looks certain scenes. It looks very cheesy and cheap. So this could be a one and done. And it's not the first time that Hot Toys has done that. They've done a one and done, meaning we're going to do He-Man and Skeletor, cut our losses, and move along. It really honestly depends on the performance of the film. It really, really does. Hello, hello from Chile. Hello. I grew up with He-Man, and I don't see He-Man being a scary movie. Well, He-Man is a fantasy family film versus Scary Movie 6 is rated R. So it is a different audience, right? As far as box office tickets sales go, a Scary Movie could very well beat Masters of the Universe in theaters. I know it hasn't been tracking, the projections haven't been doing really well for it. So has Supergirl either. It hasn't been doing very well either. So I'm kind of rooting for it. I would I would love for the film to be successful. That way, these films the sting will hurt less if the film is successful. I'd hate to buy these figures and the film turns out to be a dud. I probably would. I mean, I have behind me my modular cases. I have a He-Man Mondo section based off of the Mondo figures that they've done throughout the years. It's a small collection. I probably have like seven Mondo He-Man figures. I have like He-Man. I have She-Ra, Orko, Skeletor, Trapjaw, Cringer, and I feel, let me see. Oh, Prince Adam. And I also have Hordak. So I have quite a few of the Mondo, and these are and the He-Man characters I have are based off of the animated series. So I understand. I've read some of the comments that people are going to pass on this because they're more emotionally, I guess, vested with the animated series. I don't know if that's a legitimate reason or if it's just a tap out excuse. I don't know. Technically, if you love He-Man, these figures should fall within the same realm. I get it that the Masters of the Universe film probably has a really strong uphill battle. Like it has to convince the audience that that these figures are going to be worth getting, or at least the merchandise. He looks great. I mean, I love the detail and like everything about this. I still feel, and I'm probably in a small minority, I felt the casting, the actor that plays He-Man, isn't bulky or beefy enough. It should have been that one dude, Reacher. What's his name? Somebody. Oh my God, the guy, the big blonde dude that's all beefed up, who does Reacher. Somebody. Fuck, what's his name? He should have been He-Man. The problem is that he's not a very good actor. his acting's as stiff as a brick wall. So Alan Rickson, thank you. There you go. Yeah, he has the look, he has the body, but I've seen his acting, and it's his acting is probably just as good as The Rock. Like, ugh. Alan Richardson, yeah, I'll give the points to Ghost Dive. It's a yeah. So I felt he should have been the one. I go like he looks like He-Man. Put him in the armor and the loincloth, and Sam Richardson. You guys are ridiculous. It's Alan Richardson, right? Richardson. I don't know, but you get the point. He should have played He-Man. But I get it that this guy went through multiple screen tests, and he's a good actor. I mean, apparently he's a really good actor. I just wish the casting director would have juiced him up a bit more. Can't I honestly thought that his look would have been fixed in post. Like I thought he would have just had like a CGI muscular body, but they have a lot of family. Oh, He-Man should be a bit bigger. I don't know. I feel like he should have been a bit more bulkier. It doesn't stop. To me, the figure still looks great. It still looks like the actor, and I'm rooting for the film. I know the score isn't out yet. I would love to get this. I haven't pre-ordered him yet. God, if the film can like convince me, I would probably pre-order this. Otherwise, I may end up adding it to my chase list. Plus, he's pretty friggin' pricey here. He's not cheap. And it makes $310, and it makes sense because from top to bottom, everything about this figure is brand new. There's no recycle parts here. You know how with certain Hot Toys you can kind of use another male body and it's just a soft goods overneath. Like this is brand new from top to bottom. So I can understand the price point. It's a tad bit more, like 310. And then you figure you add the tariff trifecta, and you're looking at what, 350, 360 on a good day here in the US. He's up there, you know. He's up there. The Castle Grayskull base has me for the first time. I didn't even factor in the that he does come with a diorama. So you're right. But we've gotten really cool dioramas for figures that are at least under $300. But I understand the price point. I honestly I get it. I can't see anything here that's being recycled. You get the cool diorama of Castle Grayskull. You get there's not much accessories other than hands and a lightning effect that you can attach to the sword. He does have the separate rolling eyeballs, the seamless silicone upper body, arms, and leg. So it's a lot. Like I understand the cost. A lot of collectors coming into this arena probably wouldn't understand his cost, especially since this is a bridge. This is a bridge figure, and what I mean by bridge, meaning that He-Man and Skeletor will most likely attract non-Hot Toy collectors. So it's a bridge, meaning that there are just devoted, fanatical He-Man collectors. That's all they do. As is, there are fanatical Back to the Future fans where they don't necessarily buy Hot Toys, but because Hot Toys made the DeLorean and certain and Back to the Future figures, that's a bridge, and it's an entry. They're crossing a bridge. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna get the DeLorean Back to the Future, and then I can keep continuing Back to the Future down the road through other vendors and other manufacturers. So this is what's considered a bridge collection for Skeletor and He-Man. So I would absolutely expect the devoted Masters of the Universe collectors out there that if they love the movie, or if they may not love the movie, this is still probably going to come home and they'll buy this and nothing else from Hot Toys, which is to be expected. So if they already have a shrine of Masters of the Universe schlock, or they have the original figures from the 80s, and they have, Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, and so forth, then these two figures would be a wonderful addition. So I absolutely would applaud them for that. I like this little battle sequence here. Put this on here. So this photo looks touched up. I wish they would just keep things normal. See, this photo looks normal. This photo here looks touched up. They did something with the lighting on this one here. But overall, good stuff. Hello, thank you for joining. Good morning from Hanau, Germany. All right. They should have a non-deluxe without the base to make it more. No. What you're suggesting is 2 SKUs. I hate 2 SKUs. Everybody knows what happens when you have 2 SKUs. Everybody, you should know that. 2 SKUs. No. Just 1 SKU. That's it. Even if I don't like the movie, I would get the Hot Toys Skeletor. Yeah, I don't blame you. I started the Hot Toys addiction when I randomly saw Techno or Terminator. So I never heard of Hot Toys before. That definitely might get me into this. Yes, yeah. So that's another great word. That He-Man and Skeletor would be an entry-level gateway to brand new Hot Toy collectors, where they had never heard of Hot Toys, but they are devoted Masters of the Universe fans. This will be a great addition to your display or to your shrine, whatever you have set up for. Yeah, but that price point though, whew, yeah, $310, and then Skeletor though, like he's a $355. You're looking easy minimum. This is a $400 figure, folks. Don't even freaking sugarcoat it. This is a $400. This is mid-level tier now. And then you know what grinds my gears is that it's voiced by that twit, Jared Leto. That creepy like ugh. But this figure looks beautiful. It really, really does. This is a work of art. Like this is some top notch. This is and I'm going to give this figure an A+ because this is when I hear other influencers and collectors saying that Hot Toys does not innovate or they don't like to take chances. This right here is a 100% leap of faith on Hot Toys' part. Like this right here is just phenomenal. And it's a brand new body too, which is one of the first things that I looked at. Meaning, I thought they were just going to invest in a silicone body and then reuse the same body for He-Man and Skeletor, kind of like what they did with the action figures back in the day. No, this is a top to bottom. This is a brand new body. Everything from top to bottom, all brand new. Nothing's been recycled. This is a wow figure. Oh, I like that. Kind of like that signal from space. Wow. The RoboCop. Yeah, I have RoboCop. They do a phenomenal job with RoboCop. I thought I was scared. Yeah, I can see that. I legitimately thought the Skeletor figure was statue. That's the beauty of the seamless body. This is what you can get. This is the stuff that you can get. You can get some really cool dynamic, but especially if you love figure photography, like Skeletor is this figure is perfect for that. Look at him, crouched in. Like that's incredible. I don't know if I would now. Heed advice though, with a seamless silicone body, you never want to keep it in an extreme pose like this because as the years go by, you'll start to see cracks form at the knees. But for a temporary photo shot like this, great. But for the most part, once you're done playing with them, reenacting scenes from Masters of the Universe and so forth, you definitely want to keep them on more a museum pose only because of the silicone body. You don't want to overstress the joints. In fact, the best museum pose I would probably out of the photos would be right here. Like this is a great pose right here. You can look at the photos here, and there you can look at the way he's just standing. That's a non-stress pose. His joints aren't past 90 degrees. This is perfect right there. The muscle, yeah, I'm blown away by it. I love that Hot Toys has embraced this technology. Like this is great stuff here. This is great for collectors. Like that's the whole idea of spending all this money on high-end 12-inch figures. It's for the realism and the fact that they're able to accomplish that with He-Man and Skeletor is just it's wow. It's A+. Yeah. The paint application, the muscular is fantastic. The texture of everything about it. Yeah, and I get it. I just don't understand why Skeletor is a little bit more than He-Man, though. That, if anything, would have been about the same. But let me look at some of the accessories. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. Is it because of the crown? Are we paying more for the crown? Are we paying more for the soft goods? Because he's about 20% more. So I'm a little bit curious why the extra was a $40 hike. Is it because of Snake Mountain? The highly detailed diorama base, which looks fantastic. And that's the thing too. Here's the kicker, folks. This is how you have to look at it. If this film tanks, God, I mean, I hope it doesn't, but I'm going to be realistic. What if this film tanks? Like, Hot Toys isn't going to make any more figures based off of the film, and these dioramas based off of the He-Man of Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, this might be the only time you'll ever see them. Yeah, it could be lost forever in history, meaning that if you didn't buy the Skeletor and He-Man, you're never going to see this type of base again, ever again. The film was not successful, and Hot Toys took a gamble, and that's it. He-Man and Skeletor. They've done it before. They've done one and dones before. It's not uncommon. Yes. Yes, Ash. That's right. You get 5 points for that. I forgot the Skeletor is electronic. Yeah, that's how they get you. You're right. Skeletor's eyes do light up. And anytime you involved electronics, even though it's little cheap LEDs, it always affects the price point. Yeah, He-Man does not light up. Skeletor does. Is it just his eyes that light up? Let me see. Does this base light up? It looks like it does. I can USB hack that base. I can add a red LED inside the mouth where it would glow very eerily red. I would you know what I would do? I would how I would USB I would I would make the eyes glow blue. I would drill in micro blue LEDs into the eyes. I would resin coat it so it would look like a glossy snake eye. And then I would hide a red LED inside snake mouth, inside the snake's mouth. And then I would run a cable to the back, and I would run it all on a 5-volt architect. Yeah, and so when Skeletor is on there, actually, I would probably daisy chain the diorama and Skeletor, since Skeletor probably requires a 5-volt architect to his eyes because he required 3 button cells. And then when you turn it on, the diorama base lights up, as does Skeletor. That's an easy USB hack for me. I can do that. USB. I don't know if Skeletor is USB. I would assume it's button cell. Hold on. Do we know? I don't think so. Description. I'm assuming it's a button. Let me see. Specs in detail. Because I am getting a brainstorm already. Description. Where would I find? This action figure features a newly crafted head that captures his terrifying visage, completed with an LED light-up function that illuminates his eyes with a piercing red glow. Okay. He comes equipped to conquer Eternia with his signature Havoc staff, which features a UV luminous reflective effect to simulate his glow in dark. So he's UV sensitive. So what I would see, I didn't know that. I would add in, because I have ultraviolet LEDs, and I can put them at the bottom of the basin to shoot up. I can make them glow under black light. See, I'm getting inspiration just looking at this. Like, this is this is what I live for. I love being able to be creative and enhance products like this. A UV luminous reflective to simulate glow in dark mystic energy. A crown and a specially designed Snake Mountain themed two-way display diorama complete with this masterpiece, making it a spectacular. Two-way meaning you can turn around Snake Mountain and make him into a chair, a base. That's what they would mean by that. But it's not telling me if it's USB or what's in the box. Let me see. There it is. Battery powered. Newly crafted head with LED light up eyes, battery powered. So this would require a USB hack. And if I'm going to hack Skeletor, I would make it worth my while, and I would have the power from his head run down to the base, and I would absolutely pimp out that base. I would make Snake Mountain's eyes glow red. I mean, glow blue. I would make it blue, and then inside the mouth red. And depending on how UV sensitive he is, this is fun. This is God. Folks. I really want this figure. I really want this movie to succeed. I feel it's going to be a bomb, though. I think it's going to be a dud. Does the Skeletor box include a dead rat and used no one's ever gonna. Poor Jared Leto and Suicide Squad. What a freak, I tell you. What's going on? Checking in from Greece. There you go. 7:50 a.m. Hello. Amazon seems pretty confident in the movie. If it doesn't perform well in theaters, I'm assuming it'll go to Amazon Prime. It'll probably break even after it goes to stream and might be enough to warrant a sequel and more. Well, I know reading the IMDb, or is it Variety? It's either IMDb or Variety, that this film is structured to start a franchise. The script, like the script has been designed to lead us into a franchise. Now, granted, a lot of films start that way. They start off as a seedling, as a franchise seedling, and if it doesn't do well in theaters, then it gets chucked. In fact, the original Masters of the Universe, the one with Dolph Lundgren, was designed as a franchise starter. They, in fact, during filming of Masters of the Universe, the one with Dolph Lundgren, they were already building sets for Masters of the Universe Part 2. And then when the film tanked in theaters, they reused those sets and hired Jean-Claude Van Damme, and they made Cyborg, and by reusing some of those sets. So yes, they're doing it again for this one. This one is supposed to be a franchise starter. So we'll see. If it sells enough tickets, well, we'll definitely see. And that's what sucks, because He-Man looks badass on Battlecat. Now, that being said, so would Skeletor on Panther. They both would look good. Now, I just had an awful thought. If this film is a runaway hit, let's I'm typing in a simulation here, a holodeck simulation. Let's imagine we've entered the holodeck and this film is a huge fucking success. It's just everybody, it's a sleeper hit. It's just selling. That could potentially bite us in the ass if we pre-ordered Skeletor and He-Man, because what that would mean is then Howard Chan, from his 87th floor penthouse overlooking Hong Kong Harbor with his two side chicks smoking a cigarette in the nude, would go, let's make a deluxe He-Man and Skeletor, and the deluxe would be with Battlecat and Panther. He would then reissue them in a deluxe set, and that would annoy me. That would definitely piss off a lot of collectors. I can definitely see that. I don't know if Battlecat or Panther can hold a SKU by themselves. If you folks understand what I mean by that. The SKU for Battlecat sold very well through Mondo, Funko Pops, right? But that's different because He-Man had already been established. It had already been released a couple times already. And then they ended up releasing Battlecat, the figure, really giant, very pricey too, $500. I actually have them. And I think Hot Toys could do one better. I think they can do Battlecat and Panther a lot more affordably. Actually, might even be the same price. And I'm using the algorithm based off of the dewback. How much was the dewback? Battlecat wouldn't be as big as a dewback, but it would definitely would require the vinyl rotocasting technology. And vinyl rotocasting gives you really beautiful paint applications, but it's not a cheap process. I would imagine that if Hot Toys decided to make Battlecat or Panther, it would be a vinyl casting of them, because you with limited articulation. But that's fine, because for Battlecat, you're not going to need a lot of articulation. You're just going to need those epic poses and stands to have He-Man right in Battlecat, spread eagle with, I don't know, Tila in the back holding on for his waist and so forth. We don't even know if we're going to see Skeletor or, well, He-Man. We see him in the trailers, right in Battlecat. So I'm assuming that Skeletor would be right in Panther, right? Although I would feel sorry for Panther having Jay Leto on your back like that. A 3D printed Battlecat. It could, You could. It probably wouldn't look good. International movie rights might do better than, yes. He-Man is beloved worldwide, so he can definitely, the property could probably do really, really well overseas. So yeah. No. I just want to see them explain Tila that man is not his real name. That's right. Thank you. It's just, thank you. You're right. Because Man at Arms is the father to Tila. It'll probably be some bullshit exposition line like, oh, he's my adopted father. I'm going to call it. Oh, he's my adopted dad. Isn't that what they used for Fantastic Four when they were trying to cram Michael P. Jordan into that role? Wasn't it like a stepbrother or stepdad or some bullshit exposition line like that? It's just ridiculous. So I'm assuming they're going to do something very similar like that too with Tila and Man at Arms. Oh, during the great battle of Castle Grayskull, Man at Arms, saved me as a baby and he adopted me. It'll be something stupid like that. You watch and see. If pre-orders for these two are good, I can see them making Tila and Evil Lyn. Yeah. It honestly depends on the screen time and how well the film is loved. So I grew up in Latin America. He-Man, I get it. He-Man is in around the world. I mean, this in the US, we could probably may not be as excited, but yeah, I can definitely see He-Man or the film doing very well overseas. I know these type of fantasy epic films, they do very well in China. So it could definitely dominate the Chinese box office over there. We just don't know. We could be bored of it, but overseas it can have a new life of its own. So very, very good point. What is this? No, Gambit. I'm not sure what you mean by that. My only hope is that He-Man is huge internationally. Yeah. Yeah. So other than the price point, I mean, it's a $400 figure. It looks like a work of art. I did not pre-order them. They're on my chase list. I really would love to bring them home, but my God, I hope they make it worth the while. I really do. I really do. Seamless silicone upper body, arms and legs. I'm just looking at some of the highly detailed and screen accurate costume. Yep. UV UV luminous effect from the staff. So he's gonna be hypnotizing people. Highly detailed diorama base. And that is Skeletor. So yeah. Yeah, those LED lights, they come with a price. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here today. Let's see. I want to talk about. Let's talk about this here. Let's bring them up here. Supergirl. Here we go. All right. Right off the bat, A+. This looks exactly like the actress. Holy shit. Did they do a good job? This is her. This is the actress. I was like, I thought they were going to do a 2 SKU like an artisan situation, but I think the sculpted hair for her works just fine. For her price point, what's her price point? $285. $285, a little bit fair compared in today's market. I understand though, you're getting a lot of accessories. You're getting crypto with cape, bendable wire, and you're getting a display base. Is that a Slurpee cup? Little tchotchke accessories. Looks like a genuine leather boots. Oh, so we're not using pleather. Trench coat with bendable wire embedded. This is a nice figure. This is really, really nice. So Supergirl and Crypto. It's this is another banger here. Let me see here. Yeah, this is for in the film. What's the release date for Supergirl? We're looking at. Is this June? Is this a June release in theaters? I know June 5th. Isn't June 5th Masters of the Universe. So next Friday, Masters of the Universe, and then the following week is Supergirl. I believe that's Supergirl's in June. Because I know Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day, that's in July. So for June, we have Supergirl on Crypto and then Masters of the Universe. And I can't see the Mandalorian Grogu have any interest in ticket sales after once these films get released. Supergirl is the end of June. Thank you. June 26th. Thank you. So the first 2 weeks of June, you have Masters of the Universe, and then by the time it does its theatrical run, then we can enter into Supergirl and film. Supergirl is in June. This Friday, next Friday. There you go. Thank you. Masters of the Universe this Friday. Next following Friday, Toy Story. Oh, Jesus, Toy Story is going to decimate the theaters. That's a $1 billion film. Yeah. Toy Story 5. God, I hate to open up on that weekend with Toy Story 5. Yeah. Thank you for the timeline. So yeah, Masters of the Universe Friday, next Friday Toy Story, and then Supergirl. Yeah, so June is a busy ass month. Yeah, I wasn't crazy for Superman like everyone else thought. I did like it. I'm not sure how I feel about this movie, to be honest. Okay, and so this is. I don't see anything wrong with this figure. This is a beautiful. I like the colors. It looks like the actress. It's kind of like uncanny, like it's kind of creepy because it looks like her. Like holy shit, maybe they're using some sort of a scan. Maybe they scan her face and they 3D CAD designed it because it's like this doesn't even look like it was sculpted by hand. This looks like, man, they just captured her likeness. Next with a Supergirl is her anti-hero Lobo. $345. $345 for Lobo. Oh, Nate, you crashing? You crashing, Nate? I didn't think you were going to crash, Nate.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Everything?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. We're good. Cool.
Okay. I was going to say,
nice.
I thought you were breaking down the Spirit Airlines out there. I thought you were cutting them down for scrap out there. I
no, we sent them. No, we sent them over to. We sent Spirit Airlines extras over to Nevada. You know that wasteland over there. There you go.
Boneyard.
Keep them all pristine. Yeah, the boneyard. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, you can hide shit out here. You can definitely.
Yep, exactly. Yep. I was gonna bring Denobia. What's the subject right now?
I'm just going on. I'm reviewing Lobo right now. I'm giving my quick little thoughts on Lobo here. So the price point pretty high, Nate. $345. You get a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
Yeah, $345. This is a $400 figure. Don't even. I hate sugarcoating shit. What you're looking at here, folks, is a $400 figure. For I feel sorry for Jason Momoa because he hasn't had very good luck in hot. Well, maybe he has as Aquaman, right? Right. How many Aquaman figures has he had? He's had like 3 of them, hasn't he?
One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 2 Mississippis.
That's
2 Mississippis. Yep.
Okay. He had that reflective gold.
The golden armor. Yep.
Yeah, and then the one I have is his original first appearance from Zack Snyder's Justice League, the one that's all gold.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. I have the Zack Snyder one. That's the one I have. I didn't get the golden armor. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I never went for the classic traditional Aquaman with the blue and green. I just went with the original Zack Snyder. So that's the only Aquaman I have. This is supposed to be his comic book revival. This is such a big gamble because I know he's one of those actors that he's tried multiple times to start franchises and has participated in what he thought was going to be a long-lasting franchise. You know, when he did Conan back in the day, that was supposed to be a franchise starter. Do you remember that?
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
2012. Yeah, he has a history. Yeah, he has a really tough history of jumping into these franchise roles to when he's carrying it on his shoulders, and he doesn't very now. Dune, you know what? That's a good point, but he's not carrying Dune, and even then he ended up dying in Dune, but we know he's going to come back as a gulag. So
The gulag.
yeah, you know that, right? No, not gulag. Golem. Is it golem? I think it's golem. Do
I
you know
thought
what that
you
is
meant.
in the world of Dune?
Oh yeah. It's like a clone robot of sorts.
It's a clone.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does.
No. I thought you. I thought you meant gulag from Call of Duty. He's coming back from the gulag.
I said golem, but I believe it's pronounced golem. I believe it's a golem because he does come back. Yeah. I believe it's golem for my Dune fanatic. I hope I'm saying it right. I've studied the teachings of Dune, so I hope I'm saying it right. You know, I love going out in the desert looking for the spice, Nate. You know,
I keep trying to find you.
You know, every time
I keep trying to find you.
Every time I go missing, it's because I'm looking. You know, I'm hitting the spice melange. So, but yeah, no, he's not the greatest of an actor. He seems to play the same person. Well, he's another Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So I mean, you know, but he does.
I prefer Jason Momoa over Rock though.
Oh God, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I can't.
If I had to choose one, I just keep giving work to Jason Momoa.
Yeah, no, I would prefer Jason Momoa too.
So a few things I do want to bring up though. Before we get into Lobo, just to keep you up to speed with the lore with Star Wars. I know you mentioned that you were confused as to why the twins were not taking over Jabba's old terrain, Tatooine.
Well, I was confused why they were off world. Why weren't they in Tatooine, and why were they in Nal Hutta, which is the homeworld to the Huttese race? That to me felt like a continuity error.
So here's what happened. They were in Tatooine, right? Okay. And they were trying to take over their old cousin's brother, twice removed Jabba, right? But the thing is, look what happened. They realized that the Pikes were working on Tatooine, and they were like, okay, we don't want another war with some other gangsters. Okay, we gone. We'll come back when you and the Pikes kill each other. Okay, they didn't want to fight the Pikes. The Pikes took over Tatooine. That's what happened in Book of Boba Fett. They took over Tatooine, so they were the new gangsters in town, and they didn't want to deal with the spice runs with the Pikes. So that's one of the reasons why you were like, wait a minute, why are they not in Tatooine? Well, they left Tatooine because of the Pikes.
Okay. So they did have an establishment on Tatooine. And were they visiting Tatooine at the time of the show?
They were. The thing is, they were trying to take over because Boba Fett came in and took over Tatooine a little bit. They were moving on to his territory, and they tried to kill him. But then they realized the Pikes already got this territory after Jabba. And like, okay, we're gone. We ain't gonna do this.
So when the show ended, who was left on Jabba's throne? Was it still Bib Fortuna, or did he die?
Bib Fortuna is dead. Boba now is taking over.
So Bib Fortuna now runs the crime. You see that? I hate. That's just bad writing. It's just.
I think Bib Fortuna, under management of the twins, had Tatooine taken over. That's what happened there. And then Boba came in, killed Bib Fortuna, then took over Tatooine. And then when the twins try to fight Boba Fett, they realize they also got somebody else here, another challenger, the Pikes, that was already moving in.
So when Book of Boba Fett ended, is Boba Fett still in charge? Is he still sitting on that throne, or did he move on?
In season 3 of Mandalorian, what's her name? Peli, the one with the hair, the mechanic lady. You ever seen season 2? Yeah, she mentioned Boba Fett to Mando, like, oh, you here taking a job to kill Boba Fett? Like, no, I'm not taking that bounty. I'm just need a fix over here. Like, he was just needing to get a fix done for his ship or something. Okay. So in season 3, Boba Fett is still taking over Tatooine.
On the throne? He's still on Tatooine.
Yeah, he's still on Tatooine. Yep.
See, then why were the twins bent out of shape about inheriting the heir of Jabba the Hutt if this clown was? See, I hate this continuity bullshit, Nate. You know this drives me insane. I hate. This is why I never. It's trash. Like it's bad. It's bad writing. So the twins in the movie were like, oh, we need to kill Rhoda the Hutt because he's the next heir of Jabba. Well, why does it even matter if you have that fat fucker sitting on the throne already? Like, I don't understand. Like, if he's in control of Jabba's empire, why do the twins give a shit about Rhoda if he cares about, oh, he's the next one in heir? Unless they were planning on killing Boba Fett. Like, it's bad writing. Ugh.
They will have to, in order to take over Tatooine, they will have to kill Rhoda and Boba Fett to get them out of the picture. But now, since they're dead, so I guess Boba Fett's still controlling Tatooine.
So, is he okay? So look at this comment. Is he implying that Boba Fett is a substitute teacher? Like, is that's what I'm understanding. I'm trying to use a metaphor here. He's not the real. He's just a substitute. Is that what you're implying? Is that because Boba Fett is a Daima? What is that? Is that like a
dynamo? That's what he was called in Book of Boba Fett.
So he's like what, like acting warlord or something, or
a warlord, a gangster warlord of sorts.
See, this is the fucking Filoni verse is trash, dude. I get heartburn. Like, thank you. I see. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one, Nate. Look at this. My brain hurts. I hate this crap. Like, I just like, this is why.
To be fair, no. Let's not consider Ash over here. Okay, his brain hurts when there's no Deadpool talking. Okay, let's get that straight.
Look at this. Look at this. Jabba was a crime lord. It's not an oligarchy. It's whoever claims the mom there. He had employees under him. Didn't Jabba have a big ass palace? He had his own band. He had employees working under
the band back together. The band back together.
Like I hate these excuses, Nate. This is why Star Wars is suffering, because of bullshit continuity errors like this, and just bad writing that oversteps over, like, make Boba Fett great again. God, no, flush him down the toilet.
I can say the same thing about the Marvel. I can say the same thing with the last two Marvel phases. I can say the same.
The Russo brothers already said it. And so Kevin Feige already said it. Doomsday starts off right where Endgame left off. So all of that Disney Plus schlock, flushed that down the toilet. Which, mind you, give me credit, I didn't watch half of that. So I didn't watch Black Widow. I didn't see the Eternals. I didn't waste my time with that little what's her name? The little Hindu girl with powers.
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. I didn't waste my time with any of that shit. I didn't see Captain Marvel and the Wonder Twins or whatever. All of that stuff has been wiped out.
Yes. But Denobi, you don't talk crap about Marvel when you don't watch it. But when you do, but when you don't watch Star Wars, you don't talk. You talk crap about Star Wars.
About Marvel all the time. Audience, back me up. I talk shit. My pickiness. It's them. You might as well call me Loki God, because I treat all my IPs the same. 100%. You have to woo me, Nate. You know how.
What about the redheaded stepchild you're not taking care of? DC, what happened with that?
My goodness. You know what? You know what, folks? I'm going to tell you, folks, right now, and it's very legit. I am divorcing the James Gunn DCEU, 100%. I'm done. I
say it is so.
It is so. It is. No. It is 100%. I was going to segue after Lobo, but here's the kicker. This is where my anal retentive. I cannot. when I get invested into a story, I follow the principles of writing a script. I need to, opening act, the middle, and the third act of a film. I need all of that. I need all of that to make sense. I think I've reached a point in my life where I want good stories. I want imagination. I want to play. I want to play with toy. I want carry me into it. And right before you jumped on, like I genuinely I'm rooting, Nate, for Masters of the Universe. I think it's going to be a dud, but I'm very rooting for it because those figures, they're like works of art. They're very unique. They're not
Beautiful.
Marvel, DC. They're not Star Wars. They're one-offs. I like one-offs, believe it or not, folks. I do. I get a kick out of one-offs. This is my problem. He's right here.
Yeah.
Right. He's going to get 10 points. I'm not going to run the 10-point meetup, but you get 10 points. I can smell shit from a while away before I see it. When I saw the pilot episode of Book of Boba Fett and I saw that they were going to waste our time, I go, this is garbage. I've only
you told me before you did like Mandalorian Grogu. You did like the movie. Yeah,
I said it was fine.
Yeah,
I reviewed it. My live stream actually opened up with Amanda Grogu kind of final thoughts in the film.
I know. That's why I brought it up to you earlier.
Fine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. And even in the beginning of the live stream, I shared with the audience my pitch because, and I think I've shared this with you, Nate, like I've always felt in another life, I should have been a script writer and I should have been a script doctor. And I had to see Mando, by the way. I had to see it twice. At least
give me a
yeah.
Well, keep talking.
At least if I was going to see it twice, because my sisters wanted to go see it. I saw it in IMAX, and to me, because when the first time I saw it was a preview screening, and oh, Nate, you left. All right, when I was monologuing, what was it? But anyway, seeing it in IMAX, I told you folks, I thought the film was fine. All right. You didn't watch. You never got the chance to follow with characters. No, I never did. I never watched Black Widow. He thinks a lot of people in the community think I'm very hard on Star Wars, and I go easy on Marvel, and that's not true. I am just as critical and I'm just as anal in Marvel as I am in Star Wars. The problem is that yes, Marvel makes mistakes, but Star Wars has been making gravimetric large mistakes. So it may show that I'm a lot more hypercritical.
But even though they did make mistakes, they did make billions of dollars on the sequel trilogy. So
what does that? It doesn't mean so what the films make money. It doesn't mean that they're good. You know,
they're not good, but that's the world we're living in, though. That's the problem. There's good content. It doesn't make money, but then there's bad content that still makes money. You know, it's all over the place. So the thing is, at the end of the day, it's your own perspective of what you feel is good and bad. Even though there's people out there that do defend the sequel trilogy, even though it's trash, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yep.
Yes. Everybody has their own acquired taste. What was I talking? Supergirl.
You were talking about your divorce of DC.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm done with the DC EU. It has been a very long and treacherous journey, and I have a vote of no confidence in what James Gunn is doing with the DCEU. He, like I mentioned before, early in the stream, I have a problem with continuity errors. I don't like things not making sense. And the fact that James Gunn tends to nitpick what parts of the Zack Snyder universe he likes to keep, or his friends, or who supported him during that whole Twittergate situation. Look, I have no beef with James Gunn, but he does play favoritism. He honestly does. And the way he handled the transition when he was promoted, and how my boy Henry Cavill was just led off a bridge, like they hyped him up. To me, I thought Henry Cavill was a very good Superman. I thought he did a very good job. And but yet James Gunn decided to go a different direction with the other actor who's playing Superman. But yet he tends to keep certain actors like Peacemaker. Now, is Peacemaker part of the Zack Snyder universe, or did he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Zack Snyder. No, not Zack Snyder. No, it was shoe in by James Gunn when they brought James Gunn after
when he rebooted the Suicide Squad, right?
Yes. The Suicide Squad, the original the second Suicide Squad movie was in the Zack Snyder universe.
Yes.
But then when James Gunn finally came full throttle, he retconned. What's his name? What's that full name? We just send his name. What's his name?
John Cena.
John Cena. Yeah, they retconned John Cena into the new franchise.
Yeah. And because he has the final say, he then is able to retcon anybody that he
Peacemaker. There you go. Peacemaker
within his story and narrative. I don't like that. I don't. I thought the Superman movie James Gunn did was okay. It wasn't a wow for me. I thought it was fine. It wasn't memorable for me. I don't like any of the Hot Toy characters, even the Superman that was released. I have no interest in it. It's not jumping out towards me. I don't like the continuity errors that James Gunn is doing. I don't like his Guardians of the Galaxy style, where every film has to have that outer world punk look. That's his signature. That's a signature trait from Guardians of the Galaxy, where Guardians of the Galaxy, it's outer world punk. You know how there's cyberpunk? Well, James Gunn has the outer world. Let's film this ragtag full of biker dudes in this off-world planet, and everybody looks kind of like Lobo type deal in the Guardians. Everybody has like the mohawk, and so it's that outer world punk, and that's his signature flavor. And
well, the thing is, his signature flavor here did work with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. The second one fell off, but the third one was really good. I liked it. I can't watch it a lot because it does have that, that depressing feel for it. And I'm like, I can't really watch this a lot because it really hurts me watching those poor animals. So yes.
And you just took another one of my reasons. James Gunn has a weird kink fetish of torturing animals that I fucking hate, folks. I'm not kidding. In a lot of his films, he feels that to drive the story narrative is to have a poor creature or being tortured. And I got to tell you, I'm a huge dog lover, and it really bothered me the way that Crypto was treated in the Superman film. And that's not the first time that James Gunn has done that. He loves that shit. I have never seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I was already aware and was told that he's torturing animals on there. I hate that shit with a passion. Not only do I hate that shit, but then the newest trailer for Supergirl, they're torturing Crypto again. I'm done. Again. That's divorced. That's why I'm done.
Let me see.
It's not for me, Nate. You can have fun with James Gunn, but
I will. I like this Lobo. I want to buy this Lobo. I love Lobo. I watched him plenty of times when I was a kid. Kicking ass and taking names.
That's the reason I'm sharing with you folks. That's why I'm like, I'm not interested in this iteration. That's because folks are going to like, well, why is he not doing DC anymore? It's because of that. It's it's multiple reasons. I'm not connecting with what I'm seeing, it's been released. I don't like his signature flavor. I absolutely detest the way he tortures animals in films. And the fact that he's doing it again in Supergirl, no, that's not for me. So I'm going to bow out.
So, TW brought up the second one did not fall off. I think it was a harsh word for you, TW. I still like the second one. the second one just didn't do as well as the first or third one. I think the first one was the best one. The third one was the second best, and then the
talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I like the first one. The first one was really good. The second one, the only thing that made it so awesome was the soundtrack, which was pretty good. But the thing is, the third one had a better story than the second one. Second one, I felt that they try to get rid of the god power complex or the god power ability of, what's his name, Star-Lord, in order for him to be underpowered when he faced up against Thanos. You know what I mean? Because he was pretty powerful with the god power from Ego, so they have to take that out the way.
I'll share this with you. I think I may have already mentioned this in a stream long ago. When I first saw the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I thought it was okay. I was not wowed by the universe. I didn't find it very Marvel attractive. Like, I love the Captain America film series, the Iron Man series, the Avengers, but Guardians of the Galaxy has always been a one-off for me, and I thought it was okay. I only saw the second one out of like twisting my arm because I knew it provided a significant story arc moving forward into Avengers, Infinity War, and so forth. But if that film was not connected, like tissue connected, meaning it's part of the story, I absolutely would not have watched it. It's the same reason why I watched Captain Marvel. Like, that's why majority of us, the very first Captain Marvel that broke $1 billion, we all watched it because it was months before Avengers Infinity War, and you knew that post-credit scene was going to connect. It was the connective tissue. So once Endgame finished, and then they released Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I knew what some of the story was, I go, I have no interest in ever seeing this film. Seeing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 provides no structural benefit for me to watch. Hence why I've never seen the Black Widow film. We saw the chick die. Why would I want to see one of her past adventures? I know how her story arc ends, so I never saw. And then I came close to seeing the Eternals until the reviews came out. I'm like, I'm not wasting my time with Eternals. And then after Eternals was what? Captain Marvel and the Starlets, the Captain Marvel film, the second one. What was it? Wait, the Marvels?
Before we move on into going through the entire phase 4 or 5, what have you, of the Marvel franchise, do we have to talk about anything else that's in your list so you don't have to do another stream right after this? You got the priorities already? There's other
CEU. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that was it. Yeah, late night geeking out diabolical. Just say the film is shit, beating around the bush. Which film though? Which film are you referring to? Nate, I like Star-Lord's fighting with Thanos. There's still a few phase 4 and 5 movies worth seeing. Love Shang-Chi. I enjoyed Shang-Chi though. That's pretty good.
I enjoyed Deadpool Wolverine. That was really good too. That made another billion right there.
Yeah.
That was really good too.
James Gunn's director, right? Didn't it's gone, and that's fine. I'm not saying he should go away. I'm just saying that this universe is not for me, and I have no interest in it. That was the whole point of that whole segment, folks. Is that I have no interest in collecting anything under the James Gunn DCEU. I don't like his style. I don't like his signature traits within the films. And I definitely despise being animals tortured to move a story. I feel like it could be done in better ways, even though that it could be it's a CGI animal. It doesn't matter. He's using the torture of animals to move the story forward. And it honestly like really shocked me that the second that the Supergirl film, like, oh, Crypto is sick. I'm like, really? You're torturing the damn dog again? Like, really? It's always going to be about like, no. And to me, that was really the straw that broke the camel's back. But it's, again, if you like the James Gunn's signature, Nate, I know you do. I know you love James Gunn. You can have fun with it. I can look, dude. I can still recognize that Lobo is going to be a phenomenal figure.
It is expensive because of all the the leather they're going in there. So and the seamless body stuff, which I'm surprised though. Like
they're going hard with
it. I'm wondering the artisan Thor. Why didn't that get the leather treatment, but this did? It's very weird. It's very weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I know the other big thing with Lobo is that I think Lobo falls under the same scenario that I was trying to explain with Master of the Universe. Like, well, how come we don't have Battle Cat or Panther? Well, it's because it requires, so Lobo has his motorcycle. It's probably because it's expensive R&D, and we just don't know if this film is going to be a success or not. Especially,
So Papa Howie has done this before, Hot Toys, where they've done prototypes. They haven't released them yet, or released more of those figures, because depending on how terrible the movie does, like whatchamacallit, Tron, the new Tron movie that came out a few months, like literally December, right? That did horrible in theaters. So of course, Papa Howie didn't come in and do the Tron figure for that movie. He did the prototype, but he didn't officially release it. So,
still full leather will return after 8 to 10 years. Well, it wouldn't matter because by then we'll probably have more different versions of Lobo coming out, so that wouldn't be too much. Panther would be cool. I cannot unsee Nate in the show. What are you talking about, dude? For personally, superhero films are dead. That ship is sailed. Leave it for the animation. Okay, it's everybody has their. I don't think superhero films are dead, but I just think good storytelling may be dead. As long as the stories are good, as long as you have really good scripts, like especially for Spider-Man, as long as you have good Spider-Man scripts, Spider-Man's always going to break $1 billion in theaters, and that's a superhero film.
Well, the thing is, I think Mitchell's just coming from a place of just disgust from the superhero franchise so far. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it's been like this for years before we finally got decent superhero movies with the MCU. Like we got the MCU. Before the MCU was Spider-Man, which was really good, and the X-Men franchise. It was just all over the place with that storyline, all over. There's only a good few nuggets in that X-Men franchise. But I did enjoy it for the nostalgia, right? And for the good that it did. It pushed the franchises forward to make more and more superhero movies. So there's going to be ups and downs. There's times where we have bad action movies. There's times we have bad sci-fi movies, right? There's times where we have bad animation movies, but then we go right back again.
Are you trying to? So you're with your pitch there, are you defending James Gunn, or are you just saying in general?
In general. But the thing is, this is only like his third movie within the DCU. Yeah, just give him. Let's see what happens in the next few movies and see what happens.
I can tell you his direction, and it's like no, it'll be more Outer World punk, and there'll probably be Groot or Rocket or somebody being tortured or some shit. It'll be more little siege. What's that hashtag? Justice for. Did you see that comment? That's funny.
I'm just not seeing. I'm just not seeing what you're seeing. What's going on?
What was it? Who put that right? I love this comment. Right. Justice for CGI animals.
Oh my god, that's funny. That's really good. That is really good. Oh my god, that's at least a 20 points.
Pretty good. I thought that was pretty good.
That was good.
Yeah, just no. Folks, all right. So let's get rid of this banner. Boom. That was it. I'm done with James Gunn. That was my thoughts on that.
Your rant. Got you.
All right. That was my little rant. Entering the Marvelverse, brace for impact. Remember last week, Nate, you're like, we're going to get more Star Wars. I'm like, no.
June. No. Hey, we still got June 3rd. Remember that calendar announcement post said in April 27th to June 3rd.
I told you. I told you the canary.
Until June 3rd is done. Dude,
No, Nate.
Just wait till June 3rd and see what happens. Don't be celebrating till the end of the line, Denobi. Do not be celebrating till the end of the line because that rabbit is going to trip and the turtle is going to be like, yeah, I won.
Did Hot Toys say June 3rd, or is that fan speculation?
Yes. No. Okay. On the post, on the Celebration Mandalorian post to start off the May 4th-a-thon. The event is from April 27th to June 3rd. But the thing is, you got to go down the beginning of May to find that post. Let me see. It's a picture. It's a big picture. Let me see.
Hey, why do I get the feeling you're reaching? You're gonna have to let go, is what it sounds like. You can't keep it. Why would you want? We don't need more. We don't need more Star Wars. We got enough.
No. I'm just following the dates. Once June 3rd goes, then Denobi, you have open season for your Marvel shenanigans.
I'm just saying. Like that was a huge Star Wars dump. Like that's nothing.
I know. Yeah, but the thing is, we're missing Embo. We're missing Embo, and we're missing the artisan quarter scale Mando that was shown. I'll send you the photo. I'll send you the photo.
We've been shown prototypes before that never materialize, so that's okay. If you want to keep the faith and believe there's more, there's nothing.
I'm about the faith. I like the faith. The faith is cool.
Folks, for me, I am ready to usher in the new wave, the new Marvel verse that we're slowly starting to enter, and they're starting off with the appetizer here. Join the wait list of the Spider-Man finals.
There you go. So Star Wars Little Agent Roaming the Big Galaxy, date April 30th through June 3rd, 2026.
Okay. What day is June 30th? Was that Wednesday?
So today's the 31st, right?
Yeah.
No, the 1st. Today's the 1st. Yesterday was the 31st. Today's the 1st.
Well, Monday's the 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday was 31st. But I live three hours away from you. And then 3 hours in time with you. Yeah. So today, right now, is the 1st. So tomorrow, Tuesday is gonna be Wednesday. Last day is Wednesday.
Okay.
Yep. Wednesday the 3rd is the last.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just follow the secret base stuff.
Secret base. All right. Okay.
Hot Toys. In the Facebook, I know you know. That's right. You don't go to Facebook anymore. Instagram, Hot Toys Secret Base. They post there too.
They'll have it on there. Okay.
Yeah, they'll have it there. Yep.
So, I'm excited for.
Look at this. You're getting Ash excited here. I'm like, now I just want more Star Wars drops, so it just pisses off Ash. Okay.
We don't need more. We don't. Who is it? What is this right here? Who's Embo? Who's that?
Embo, the guy. You saw the movie. That's the guy with the dog, with the fur baby that took on Mando in the movie. That's Embo.
His name was never mentioned in the film. I saw it twice.
No, they did mention his name.
When did they mention his fucking name, Nate? I don't remember him mention his name. They referred to him as a bounty hunter. Who mentioned his name in the movie? Nate, don't.
Oh my God. Now I can't. Now I gotta look this up. Look up that scene.
The audience. They never mentioned his name. He was the mysterious bounty hunter that was tracking Mando, working for the twins. I saw the film. I don't remember his name ever being mentioned. In fact, if anything, he ended up cucking out at the end of the film when the twins were being swallowed.
The thing is, do you remember when they were calling out Embo at the end?
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I hate this continuity error bullshit. Now, then the audience is like, well, he was in Clone Wars. Like, no, not like this. Like, don't force me to do homework and shit, folks. No.
Guys, don't worry about it. Nobody doesn't want to do homework.
Look at this. He's a longtime character from Clone Wars. My first time ever meeting this character was in the film.
Oh my God.
That was it.
He was in Clone Wars. He was in Clone Wars.
He could have been in Shadows of the Empire. That doesn't mean shit. At the end, he said, "Peace out, players." So But anyway, my point was his name was never mentioned in the film, right? Nate, don't gaslight me, Nate.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Because you want I know you want visual proof. I'm going to give you visual proof. Give me a second.
I get it.
Let me see.
Like, folks, I understand he was in Clone Wars, Rebels, or whatever, some kind of animated cartoon schlock. I get it. But I had no idea who this character was. My first meet in this character was in the film, very mysterious. He showed up for what, 2 sequences. I learned that he can kick Mando's ass, and he's very strong, and he has a killer alien space dog that was about to swallow one of the aliens like a chicken nugget, but he ends up cucking out just like Boba Fett. So was he impressive enough for me to collect as a hot toy, as a $300 hot toy? No.
Well, he's probably going to be. Well, he's going to be more. He's going to be more because he's taller. So he's probably going to be more than a tip. Well, Hot Toys has surprises before with prices. So you never know. You never know.
No, come on now. This guy, this is bullshit. He's making this up. I saw this fucking film twice. I never once heard his name. No way. The twins call Embos. Call him the bounty hunter. You guys are messing with me. There's no way his name was mentioned in this film. No way.
You guys don't worry about it because the Nobi will continue saying that he's not going to do homework for Embo.
This guy, I'm not making it.
Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Let's move on with the stream. Okay, let's move on with the stream.
Don't patronize me like this. You know that's gonna mess. You know that'll.
Hot Toys Nightmare is like one of the biggest Star Wars hot toy collectors in YouTube right now. Okay, so pay respects to Nightmare. You know, pay respects.
I'm telling you, I felt like I was there, and
I was there, Gandalf. I was there 3,000 years ago.
I don't remember his name being mentioned. Perhaps his name was in Letterbox. No, you guys are messing with me. I don't think knowing him mattered. You know what? That's a good point right there. Seriously, this is why everybody felt the film was lacking substance and was full of empty calories. Because he's right. It was not important for me to know his name. He was just another bounty hunter for hire. I know that he was hired by the twins. I know that he's stronger than Mando. I know that he knows how to do his job good, and I know that when the fire in the kitchen gets too hot, he ends up cucking out for the sequel. I guess I'm assuming he's going to show up for sequel. So I guess long story short, Nate, and I'll give you this: if he does come out as a hot toy, which I don't think he is, because the film's not tracking very good in box office. They could. It is Nate. You need to what's the word? You may have to come to the conclusion that he may not be released. He may not be a viable pre-order for profitability.
Well, the thing is, we'll see about that. You never know. But hey, they've released a lot of Star Wars Mandalorian figures the past few weeks. So you never know. They might do it for SDC. They might do it at the end of the year. Who knows? Who knows, Denobi? Who knows?
Okay. I know you like to wishful think. I'm just no bias. My professional constructive criticism is I don't see or understand why Hot Toys would release this particular character. I don't think there may be a profitability in it for them. And I get that there are hardcore fanatics who swear by the Clone Wars Bible or who swear by the Rebels, holy transcripts. I get all that. But you have to look at it from a cinematic point of view. And there are individuals like me who I do buy Star Wars. My first meeting of this individual was in the film. He was mysterious. He looked pretty lethal. He showed up in the shadows. And he does his job very good. And he gets paid by the twins and he disappears. That was it. So it's not a cameo, but maybe a glorified character. Again, you have to look at it from Hot Toys' point of view. They are releasing dozens of pre-order figures from Marvel, from DC, from He-Man, from Supergirl, everywhere. I mean, I thought they were very generous. I'll give Hot Toys credit. They were very generous with their Star Wars releases. But I think moving forward, because you can't tell me Howard Chan doesn't look at the box office receipts either. I think he's done for the film. I think as far as attaching anything else to the film, and I get it that he was teased in a toy.
So what's your stake on the Mandalorian artisan edition of Pedro? You think they'll still do it, or they're going to keep it?
I think that was for show, and I think it's going to get shelved into Hot Toys' boneyard. I think we won't see it into fruition. Yeah, it's not the first time they've done this. Hot Toys is notorious for showing us beautiful, elaborate prototypes that never mature into a pre-order. So if I had to speculate, which is what we're doing here, I would speculate that we are done with any more Star Wars pre-order announcements connected with the Mandalorian Grogu film. We can still definitely get more Star Wars pre-orders. We absolutely will, but it could be in connection to Star Wars, like Shadows of the Empire and the classic trilogy, the prequels or the sequel, the sequel trilogies, right? So I'm just saying, my gut feeling tells me we are done with the Mandalorian and Grogu film.
That's perfectly fine to feel that way, but let's not count our chickens just yet, because June 3rd still isn't complete. Okay. We're in June 1st.
I tell you what, when you do your, was it Wednesday or whatever, and after the date and we don't get anything, then and we do get a release, then I'll join one of your streams. I was like, you know what?
Oh, Denobi, don't play with my heart, Denobi. Come on. Yeah, I want to get you like once every 6 months on Geek It Out. Come on, don't play with my heart.
I'm trying. I'm trying to commit.
Don't play with me, Denobi. Don't play with me, Denobi. Come on. Don't you make promises you can't keep, my friend. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it, man. Don't you do it, man. Don't play with my heart that way, Denobi. You know how long I've been trying to get you on Geek It Out for? I've been calling you at the desert.
We're the spice melange, and
man.
No, just hold on here.
Denobi, be careful, man. Remember last time.
just one. All right, just one. It's just a gummy.
It's okay, good. Remember, it was chocolate last time, and that got you.
This is just a gummy.
Yeah. Justin Bird, your feelings cloud your judgment, Denobi. Justin, let's be patient with Denobi. Okay, he's just coming back to the game. All right, but he's still wise beyond his years. So let's be patient with him. Let's be patient. Okay.
Suppose a brand new body they've already invested into it. At least it could be a Clone Wars release. That could potentially happen. That if this character is more known for the Rebels or the Clone Wars series, I can definitely see him being tied to that specific IP.
Yeah, they can definitely still move that towards a Clone Wars series, because he originally was Clone Wars. This is going to piss you off a little bit. You know who he's voiced by, Denobi?
Who?
By Dave Filoni trying to speak French.
Oh, Jesus. Not my God. He is in love with himself and his world, isn't he? Dave. I mean, nobody told him who cameos in their own film twice. To me, that's fucking tacky.
Well, to be fair, he's been cameoing since season 1.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with cameo to being a cameo in a film, but twice, really? Twice?
He's been cameoing multiple times, Nobi. He has. He's done it in season 1. He's done it in season 2.
the brakes for him. You cameo once. That's tasteful. You cameo twice or three times.
Peter Jackson cameoed throughout the trilogy.
Who?
Peter Jackson.
Yes, one cameo per film, if that. I'm talking within your own film, cameoing twice. That's tacky, dude. I'm sorry.
Under
a script that could have used a punch up. That script 100% could have been punched up. But with an exclusive figure, probably. He thinks.
Well, the thing is, though,
but even Alfred Hitchcock only did a cameo once per film. You know, he thinks he's Alfred.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. People, the one thing that aggravates to me about people is that they act like Dave Filoni was not involved in any of the cameos throughout his movies or shows. Each season of Mando, he was a cameo. So I'm like, unless you weren't paying attention, that was Dave Filoni as an X-Wing pilot throughout season 1 and 3. I don't think he cameoed in Book of Boba Fett, though, because they were shooting season 3 at the same time as Book of Boba Fett. Unfortunately, Book of Boba Fett died with the story because they let Robert Rodriguez film that. I don't know why did Disney not allow to take their time with Book of Boba Fett versus trying to shoe in a quick season in between season 2 and 3. Just let it cook. You guys should have left it baking a little bit. You could have taken your time with it, but no, they rushed it. And threw in Robert Rodriguez into it.
Pedro here, he's out of control, Nate.
What's up?
This comment here from Pedro Lopez.
Oh my God. Oh my, I can read it. I read it. I read it. Oh my God. Oh dear Lord. Yeah. Oh no, not like this. Not like this. Not like this. You know that's going. You know that's going up for money right now. $500-$700 now.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. How's he gonna? Okay. Amber said, I don't find that Supergirl actors on track. He was in the Mando movie too. Oh Jesus. Okay. All right. So Nate.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to talk about this here. We're going to change it up a little bit here. We're going to end it with this, folks. We're going to just going to be talked about. What is Eric? What are you trying to do here? Is Jazz Inc. Catwoman going to be talked on this show? We want LT Bodone clip.
No, he wants the tea, the Dobie. He wants the tea. No, not like this. Not like this.
Oh, I already have Jazz Inc.'s page up.
Oh my God! Where did this come from?
Where did this come from, huh? All right. Little lesson, kids. We're all gonna huddle here. We're gonna talk about Jazz Inc. here, and I'm gonna scrutinize. I'm gonna provide some constructive criticism here, in the nicest way possible. That will provide a benefit to my audience watching and listening. Baden, you guys are killing me. Hashtag Baden. Look at this, Nate. These kids, I tell you, you gotta love them. Is he from your? You gotta keep your kids under control, Nate. Yeah.
Hey! Come on! It's for the kids. It's for the kids.
Okay,
come on now. Come on.
All right. Serious talk here, folks. All right. So there are multiple companies out there that are making 1/6 scale figures, Hot Toys, in art, and the newest. And there's what's the other one that did the Battlestar Galactica figures?
Okay. Another thing, guys, you're watching the stream from the last stream we did literally hours ago with me and Thrawn. It is Factory Entertainment. They're the ones that are doing, not Caustic Plastic. Factory Entertainment is the ones that are doing the Battlestar Galactica, the Mummy, and whatever figures that go with this car.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that, Kit? Okay.
That is,
David
yeah,
Hasselhoff.
so that is
Okay.
key. So
Okay.
yeah, so the company Jazzing Dioramas, they've been around for quite a while. I want to say, what, over 5 years, something like that. Name, 2018, 2019. They've been around for, and you guys can correct me on this, it's about 7 years. I want to say 2018, since the company here started making 1/6 scale vehicles. I've followed them. I've actually got to review several products from Jazzing. And my experience with Jazzing products is that they're not very good. They're poorly made, shortcuts taken, based on my experience. Not just photos, not just blogger or anything, but I've actually had in my hands here. I not only owned one of the first vehicles, but I've also been able to review other sets and vehicles that have been associated with Jazzing dioramas. So I have that experience, and I've also documented it on my channel here. So, like every company out there, to survive, you must grow, you must diversify your portfolio. So, where am I going with this here? So, if you have never ever heard of Jazzing dioramas, and you've now just entered the 1/6 scale arena, and you are interested, say, in the Michael Keaton Batman universe, right? Your first impression would be visiting this website. This website is it's publicly accessible. Not counting anything that is within Instagram or Facebook. We are running a holodeck simulation here.
Okay.
And I am now interested in characters that are connected to the Michael Keaton universe, the Michael Keaton Batman universe. And I'm not part of any exclusive group on Facebook, and I'm not following anybody on Instagram connected with this brand hashtag. We're running the simulation. My first impression is this website. So when we enter this website here, right, this company has history making 1/6 scale vehicles. We know that because there's been multiple reviews on YouTube, and a lot of folks have been very vocal, positive or negative, depending on who you follow and so forth. So that being said, this company has experience making 1/6 scale vehicles, very high end, come with a price tag. Now, the company has now ventured into making 1/6 scale figures, 12-inch figures. And I'm now entering, so we're going to go right here, click on the tab, and you see that they're offering the Knight Rider right there for $1,600. You can pre-order it. Okay. And as you scroll down, the 1/6 scale offerings are, we have Catwoman here, Batman 1966 TV series, 1/6 scale for $539. That for Julie Newmar. We have the Penguin here. We have Danny DeVito here. Danny DeVito, a deluxe for 1,000. Did I see that right? So this is a deluxe 2-pack Batman Returns Ultimate Collection for $1,129. That's pretty expensive, folks. That's a lot of money. As we scroll down, the company is now doing an animated version of it, and then we have Catwoman. And from what I can count here, there are multiple SKUs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The most expensive being this one here. Pre-orders are open, $950. My first impression of Catwoman is what's being offered here. I don't have access to any secret clubs or any secret groups or anything of any updates pertaining to this figure. What I'm being exposed to are these photos here, and these are the prototype photos. Prototype photos absolutely have to be counted as a solid way of definitively making or moving forward with a purchase. we cannot, as YouTubers, collectors, or even influencers, we cannot dismiss a prototype figure. We cannot brush it away as well, it's a prototype and it'll be fixed in post, or it'll get better, or I don't know that. All I know is what I see here and what's being offered in detail by these photos. This is what I'm looking at here, $950, excluding VAT, which is the European sales tax. So as any YouTuber or anybody online, when they're sharing their opinion, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You should never, ever dismiss prototype photos, because majority of the times, all we have to make a decision moving forward in, and when I use the word investment, I'm not saying to flip. I'm saying is like you're putting your hard-earned money to invest in this figure so that you can bring it home and love it and play with it and so forth. When I see things like this for $950, and these are all the photos I have, I would expect me and every other collector out there that what they have here is they have to take it at face value. These photos right here, which are being provided here, this is what's being offered as face value. This is what the product is, and so forth. And I cannot assume things are going to get better. Well, it's a prototype photo. Well, what the fuck? Prototype schmototype. It's your first impression of this figure. Hence how we just discussed Hot Toys with the He-Man figures. Like, those are prototype photos that are going to go into production. But if I want to move forward into pre-ordering or even being able to chase or follow it, I have to make my decision based on prototype photos. I cannot tap dance or make an excuse of like, well, you know what? The figure doesn't look that great, but it'll get better because it's just a prototype. No. In this arena, in this world of 1/6 scale, in this economy, during these wartime conditions that we're all being plagued on, all we have to go by into making a decision moving forward with a figure is the prototype photos, not relying on promises through group channels or updates that are provided outside of this website. It'd be different if maybe this post provided an update. Hey, this is what the final product is, but these are the exact same photos. I don't think anything has changed on this website that's hinting at me that anything from this figure will change. But that's not my concern on this. My concern is with this specific company is that they have, we'll count it together. And I won't use the multiple SKUs. We have one Catwoman, 1, 2. Is that the same figure? So Batman, animated BTS. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
They have not released the figure yet.
And they have not released anything yet out into the wild. That to me is the red flag. I particularly don't care. And where am I going to buy any? No, but I absolutely do enjoy providing a benefit to my audience when they watch me. I like to share my experience with the folks that are watching me, and I like to provide them a benefit. Everybody's always entitled to their opinions, Nate. You know that. But if folks take the time to watch me or watch you, I've always tried to instill this to you. You always want to provide a benefit, not just a harsh criticism. If you're going to provide a harsh criticism, provide information, provide exposition why you want to provide a harsh criticism. My harsh criticism with this is that there's all of these figures that are very expensive, $1,200, $1,000, and nobody has any of these figures in hand. And so when I hear individuals within the community dismissing it, well, it's just a prototype, it'll get better. This company has not earned that right yet. They haven't released anything yet. You can skirt around that with Hot Toys. Hot Toys has years under their belt. And if you're experienced Hot Toys collector, you absolutely can say that. Well, you know what? It is a prototype, and it may or may not get better with the final production. Honestly, that's probably the most fairest answer you can provide, because you're right. Collecting Hot Toys throughout the years, some cases the prototype does change for the better or for the worse. All right. Jumping back over to this specific company, and for what they're asking for, $1,000 and $1,200, and there are influencers out there that are dismissing it that it'll get better. We don't know that. This company hasn't released anything. All we know is that they're fundraising expensive high-end figures, and they haven't released anything. And they expect the followers or even the customers to take a very expensive leap of faith. That's my concern.
So the only difference between this company and InArt, when InArt first started, right? They had multiple SKUs for certain figures, right? The sculpted Joker and the rooted hair Joker, and then the rooted hair Gandalf, right?
Yeah.
I think the only difference here is that InArt didn't have as many figures up for pre-order before they actually released the Joker. When they finally released the Joker, they put themselves on the map that, okay, they're a contender. They can do something. They can do something. Jazz, however, they've for years they've been doing dioramas and vehicles, right? But I'm very surprised. Why so many SKUs, so many pieces of figures? For a figure like an action figure. Why so many? Work on the one that the Catwoman. I think that was their first one, right? The first pre-order. Work
for
on that
or
one.
for Jazz Inc.
Jazz Inc. Why so many figures?
I don't know.
Why?
It is what I would probably surmise. It's growing pains. Maybe I don't understand why this specific company has so many multiple SKUs. And how old is the Catwoman pre-order? I feel like it's been over a year, hasn't it? Is somebody in the audience can correct me?
I think it's been a year. Who's pre-ordered Catwoman? Anybody in the chats that still pre-ordered Jazz Inc? Like, how long has the pre-order has been up?
So, yeah. Let me quickly finish too with this example here. So I'm not here. I brought up the Jazz Inc page because I'm not here to critique the final production of Catwoman or the prototype. That's not my concern to you folks out there. My concern to you folks out there is buyer beware, because here's the kicker, and I can vouch for this, is that Jazz Inc., the company, has a history of improving through multiple generational batches. The first batch is shitty, then second batch gets better, third batch, they make final improvements. They've done this through multiple vehicles. Who's to say that type of behavior and manufacturing behavior won't be brought over to the 1/6 scale figure? Some may argue, well, it's not. We don't know that because he hasn't released anything yet to the wild. What I can go by is the history on how this company has performed throughout the last several years. And this company has a notorious history of making improvements through multiple era batches. That's my concern. And then that's my benefit to you folks out there is buyers beware. You absolutely do not want to be caught in the first batch. That is probably the best thing I could. You don't want to be the pawn.
In chess, the pawns go first. Humans and their guns.
I love that clip. Oh my god!
Right. So
great clip.
That's my only situation with the concern with this specific company. Nate, I could care less the skin tone or whatever. That is up to the collectors to make their decision. What I'm bringing to the table, and my biggest concern is is that has this company grown out of that behavioral of making improvements? Because, and you could even hear other YouTubers and influencers say, well, Jazz Inc. or Yoast always strives for improvements. They're right. He absolutely does. Oh, he's a perfectionist. He's going to get it right. Oh, yeah, he does. I will absolutely back that. The problem is that he tends to do it with batch intervals. So that is here you go.
I'm back. Okay.
You're back.
So thriving for improvements.
Yes. So that's my take on that. That's my take. And as far like critiquing the figures and the price points, that's really up to the collector. I'm just sharing my concern on you don't want to be the first. You clearly do not. That's it. I'm definitely not the first batches of kit. You sure, Mitchell? Are you sure? Because when it arrives, I'm just saying. All right, that was a cheap shot, Nate.
Oh my God.
He walked me into it. I was trying to be nice. But that I mean, come on.
Oh my God.
Come on. You know Mitchell's gonna be the first batch. Come on. You know Kit is gonna like short circuit and blow a fuse or something. All right, no more. All right, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real serious.
Oh my God. I can't take you anywhere, Denobi. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Can't. I just can't.
We won't know, and that's the problem. We won't know until collectors have Catwoman in hand, and I still doubt Joe's can mass produce figures that match the prototypes. There are going to be victims, thoughts and prayers. Somebody's going to have to take a kick to the shins.
Also the common concern with collectors is that those that pre-ordered these figures, right? There's no other company that's doing them. Not InArt, not
So who gives a shit if nobody else is fucking doing it? That means another who this is, and I've heard that nobody else is doing it.
That's their concern. But that's their concern. Yes.
Just because nobody else is doing doesn't mean that you have to settle. Haven't I taught you folks anything? You do not.
We don't take placeholders. You don't take placeholders.
No. Mm-hmm. Look what happened.
You don't take placeholders.
Last time the collector settled, they ended up with a piece of shit Grievous from Sideshow. That's I'm a placeholder. No, we're not in the business to settle. We're not in the business of placeholders.
Yep.
If you have doubts, if you have concerns, then yes, let somebody else take the fall. Let somebody else, and then follow on that. But these are expensive figures.
So let me are one of these collectors that waited so long and still no company is doing it except for Jazz. It's kind of like the same situation with the company that you hate so much.
You're
Star Trek. Ecto-6. No one's doing Star Trek figures. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. So no one is doing Star Trek because Ecto-6 has the 1/6 scale licensing.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Then kudos for me. That means I don't get to waste my money in Ecto-6. That's all that means. I don't like their quality. Ecto-6 takes shortcuts with the head sculpts and the paint applications. Some of those head sculpts, they look like they're painted by third graders. It's rough for what they're asking for. It is rough. So as much as I love Star Trek Deep Space Nine, as much as I grew up watching Star Trek Voyager on its original live broadcast, it doesn't mean that I'm going to settle. Absolutely not. No. That's not how managing a proper collection works.
Unfortunately, I think Jazz Inc. did build their community, build their collectors on the promise on figures that Hot Toys is not doing. That's the thing. Because most of the figures that Jazz is doing, or vehicles for that matter, Hot Toys didn't do. Like the Vulture, like the Catwoman's here, the Penguin. You know, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
They're not 100% doing stuff that nobody else is doing. They're redoing the Tumbler, which Hot Toys has already done.
Yeah.
In fact,
well, now they're because they're getting to the license game now. Now they're licensed to do the Tumbler and do all this. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, before that, before they were licensed, right? They were under the promise of delivering figures and vehicles that Hot Toys wouldn't do.
Okay,
that was the original promise, right? But the thing is, I don't blame collectors that do collect Jazz Inc. wanting an opportunity to hold a figure that Hot Toys may never do, or in art. But the thing is, at the end of the day, that's thinking in what ifs. You never know. Maybe in art has a license and they're going to come out of nowhere with it. Then what's then? What about Hot Toys? Maybe they're cooking up something. At the end of the day, to each his own. The way they want to collect, right? To each his own. But I'd rather not collect placeholders. You know what I mean? Like if there's a company,
I don't believe in placeholders, and I absolutely, folks, do not believe in settling. There's way too much shit out there to collect for anybody having to settle. Like, no, it's not. It's no. If something doesn't feel right, or you don't, or the price point is too high, or something is taking forever to release, then trust your gut instinct. I mean, if anything that I've learned within the last year is seeing a lot of companies struggle. I shared with you my biggest sadness is for Replicate New Wave Toys. Like, this company is gonna, like, they were on a hot streak making these beautiful wooden 1/6 scale arcade machines, and they ran into hardship. They haven't released anything in over 2 years, and people have been asking for their money back. Like, this company could eventually get pruned out of existence. Another one is Funko Pops, where they're always under the threat of bankruptcy.
Be careful, Denobi. Don't put that in the universe for me, because Mondo, it's owned by Funko. Please stop. Not like this.
I know. And that was the worst thing that Mondo ever did, was to be bought by Funko Pops, because I don't. That's.
Please, Hot Toys, buy them like you did Hano or something. Please, somebody, please buy Mondo before it gets swallowed up by Funko Pop's freaking black hole. Please. Yeah. Save Mondo. Save the Mondo. Save the dream.
Exo 6 are a pick and miss for me. I'm just collecting 2 or 3. There's nothing. There's not, like, I have purged my Exo 6. I had some of the Exo 6 figures, and when I realized that Nanjin was taking shortcuts, and I'm like, this isn't for me. Half of the figures look like trash. Like, if you want a particular wave of figures to legitimately use the word, I'm using air quotes here, trash, it's definitely Exo 6. Some rough stuff, folks. Some very rough stuff. Mm-hmm. He claims it was. Again, to me, my concern is I don't care when it ships. I'm just looking at the historical behavior of said company and what they've been known to do. Now, you can clearly come out and say, well, we're not going to do that. I'm just saying, don't forget about history. And it wasn't just a one case scenario. Batch improvements were done on multiple SKUs from this company. That's a huge concern. To me, that's a red flag. What happened to New Wave? They've been going through hardship. Their CEO died, and there's like 5 existing pre-orders that are over 2 years old. And the company is like on the brink of collapse. And I was fortunate enough to get my refund back. I emailed them, and I was able to get my refund on my arcade, like on the golf tee and like the black hole pinball machine. but they're in dire straits. Yeah. I've learned that I don't buy hot toy vehicles anymore. Replace my DeLorean with the upcoming Blitzway. Well, this is a perfect example. Don't count your chicks before they hatch yet. Blitzway hasn't released a DeLorean yet. I trust that Blitzway, but I don't have it in my hands yet. I'm not. Are you time traveling with the DeLorean from Blitzway, Nate? Because I'm not. It's not in my hands yet. I don't have the DeLorean.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah. Me neither. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for my final payment for shipping. I'm still waiting. So
I don't count anything. I don't assume anything.
But hey, bring up that Ecto-1 After Life. They botched it a little bit with the release on that.
Yes. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They sure did.
So I know we celebrate Blitzway, and Blitzway has the capability to even rival that of In-Art and Hot Toys. But they did botch that Ecto Life. So sure we can't. What's up?
I haven't gotten my invoice yet for Ghostbusters, but although my Ghostbusters pre-order is through Spec Fiction, and they are known for being very slow as far as shipping. So
oh wow, you went to Spec Fiction. Gotcha.
I went through Spec, because it was sold out. Blitzway, the Ghostbusters were sold out, and I panicked and I went through Spec Fiction because I couldn't get I wanted the 4-pack. So I couldn't score. Like, they sold out fast, right? That was very fast.
Oh yeah, I couldn't get them. I went through Comic Concepts for mine.
Yeah,
I paid it off. Apparently, there's a 5th payment coming in, so I bet you that's shipping and tariffs for me. There's a 5th payment coming in with that Ghostbusters 4-pack.
Okay, so I mean, I'm in a hurry to get it, but I did pre-order through Spec Fiction, so. When it arrives, it arrives. But Spec Fiction, I think, was offering free shipping, and I don't have to pay sales tax. So it was other than going through Blitzway, it was probably the best deal. I just know that once those figures are released into the wild, I'm going to have to wait dramatically to get my Ghostbusters Blitzway figures through Spec Fiction, which is fine. I already have the original wave, so I'm not going to lose any sleep if I don't get the second batch right away. So.
Denobi, did you answer Ash Chase's question? Who hurt you, Denobi?
Nobody hurt me.
Who hurt you? Nobody?
Nobody hurt me.
Not the Justice League Batmobile that's on blocks? That didn't hurt you?
No, he ended up buying it back. So No, I again, if I bring up In-Art, or if I bring up jazzing, and I know it may seem to others that I'm just shitting on them, but believe it or not, folks, I actually try, and I feel like I do my darnest to provide informative information that could be a potential benefit to the audience. So that was the only reason Jazz Inc. is up here. Otherwise, I usually just stay away from the products. I tend to have an allergic reaction to it. Module Case is another one. Module Case is slow as shit. They're going through I think Hada Lorian's been going over 2 years on his Module Case order, and that's very common. Like, it's Brian from Module Case, slow as hell. It's very, very slow. So yeah, bring that up. And whatever Module Case tells you about super fast shipping, here's the big secret, folks. It was always a lie. No.
Oh no, not like this.
They're still. No. Nope.
So, oh my God, you had this ready? Oh my God, dear Lord.
No,
what else is on your list?
Every time someone mentions Module Case, it triggers the safety protocols here. Module Case improvement. So somebody triggered it in the comments, and it just automatically, yeah. So anybody, yeah. But all jokes aside, it's legit. Like, they're far. I mean, you think other companies are behind? Module Case is probably by far one of the worst as far as delivering. Yeah. I build my own Module Cases. At this point, during these wartime conditions, we do what we must do. I mean, save scrap and aluminum and parts, and and build a Mad Max type style shelving system, because
didn't you build your own shelving system for your tumblers?
I did for my tumblers, yes, but not the ones in the back. These are all these are legitimate module cases behind me. But I did do a makeshift, yeah. And that's how I learned that acrylic panels are expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
very expensive. Yeah. So
they used to be cheap before the pandemic. Everything down here. Man.
Anything that requires, hydropolycarbons, plastics, an oil derivative, it's all gone up. The price of oil, everything.
Yeah.
Plastics, folks, they comes from oil. It's a byproduct of oil, so it's everything is expensive. So I'm assuming that's probably one of the reasons why the module case shipments have been throttled as far as delivery wise. I don't know what they're doing with it.
And also, I feel that I think that's what Hot Toys is trying to do as well. They're trying to find other means of creating figures other than using oil, right? The byproducts of oil. They're trying to find other solutions, for future stakes.
Yeah, plastic has always been a byproduct of oil, so I expect during these wartime conditions, Nate, expect things to just keep going up, and tough decisions need to be made. If I had known, I would have made my own. It's not easy. Don't kid yourself. Making homemade ass module cases, it's a bitch. Go ahead, Nate.
So no, I was going to bring up. Is that it about the shenanigans with?
I covered all my notes. I did on my notes. See, I was taking. So I think I'm pretty.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty good. And
so you covered everything. I know you had to split this stream into two, one from last week and one this week.
Yeah, I think I covered everything. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am.
No, I don't think so. I think you covered. You did talk about the Master Universe, hoping that I think Master Universe is going to be a good story, but it's not going to do well in the box office. That's the problem. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping it does well enough to where Papa Howie will drop us more figures like Battle Cat in the future, Panther, Evelyn, Gila, and Man of Arms. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Shoot, I just lost my train of. You need a recharge of edibles. I think it's hitting me. Maybe one more. No. If I take another one, I enter the world of Narnia and I start.
No,
not
like this.
Yeah, I start talking in gibberish. So no.
No, Denobi, please. Please think of the children, Denobi. Think of the children.
Yeah, I suppose you can get a hold of material. Yeah, Skeletor. Like I was gonna say something creative, but I forgot. Anyway, let me take out this banner. Everybody gets the idea. Module case is a big fucking lie, and you guys know about my tariff trifecta. It's tariff, shipping, and tax, the deadly trifecta. And I think I've covered everything, Nate. I think I'm walking into the wardrobe. Narnia. You got that right.
This one was very expensive. So thoughts and prayers, guys, with this piece, because I am in the same boat. I want this, but I will have to make sure to get my coupon day or something, or rewards on this. Yeah, he's expensive.
Do we have? Well, you know what concerns me too is that there's a review embargo on this movie, and that's
really
the critics have seen it. So is the rotten score up? Have we checked if the rotten? I mean, I can check.
I haven't seen the rotten score. I'm going to see it Wednesday, so it's not up yet.
It's not. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Well, we are entering Monday right now, so maybe it is up.
Share this tab instead. No, they got this under an embargo. Look at that. Yeah, there's no score yet. And we know that critics have seen this because I've seen some early. So, and then film comes out the 5th. Is that Thursday or Friday? Or it opens up Thursday,
Friday.
Isn't it?
Opens Thursday, but I'm watching the special screening on Wednesday though.
See, I'm not making this up. There's people already have seen this. Reviews started dropping on YouTube, but they're holding back the score. So they're probably doing non-spoiler reviews. You know how certain movie critics like to double dip on the same movie, like non-spoiler, and they come back with a spoiler, which I've always despised. Just release it all. I hate that shit. I always watch the spoiler review. I don't waste my time with non-spoiler.
Denobi, that's the one thing we forgot to mention. You are going to Comic-Con, and Jazz Inc. is going to be there.
Yes, I will be there. If he's gonna, is he gonna be in the? If he's gonna be in the exhibit hall, I'll bring my camera. You know, my Panasonic 4K. I mean, I can 4K blast the stuff. You know, and we can see if it can withstand the blast of a 4K. Maybe not. Not everything can withstand a 4K blast. You know, I'm bringing out the heavy guns out there. So,
my God!
But if he has a setup, I'll visit it. I would love to get close-up shots of the products. You know,
would you do a photo op? Would you?
I don't need a photo op. All I need is to get my Panasonic 4K. It's like a proton pack. I just need access to lock in on the target. That's all I need, and then I can zoom in on it and all that stuff. So embargo lifts on Tuesday 10 p.m. Oh boy, what do you think? It's gonna come in rotten, isn't it? Ugh.
I don't know. I do not know.
I tell you what, if it comes in fresh, I'll find time in the weekend. I'll grab the kids or something. I'll take them. But if it comes out rotten, I'm not wasting my money on this. Ew, I'm not doing it,
brother. Ew.
Yeah. He's gonna be with Factory. See, this ain't right because Factory Entertainment figures are already sketchy, so it'll make his figures look probably good since Factory Entertainment figures.
Denobi, bad.
When you have like a hot chicken, ugly chicken,
negative 10 points. Bad. Flag on the field, Denobi. Flag on the field.